Marcus stood outside her door for the third night in a row, holding a letter he had rewritten 11 times, praying this one would finally be enough. She never opened it. She never had to, because somewhere between the first letter and the 11th, Marcus had already given her something she never asked for, his entire sense of worth. This isn't an old story. This is happening to someone tonight, in a different form. A message typed 3 times before sending. A read receipt stared at for an hour. A silence that feels louder than any rejection ever could. There's a Roman idea buried in this story that explains exactly why chasing someone never works, and why the moment you stop, everything actually changes. Here's the truth almost nobody says out loud. The more you chase someone, the smaller you make yourself in their eyes, even if you don't mean to. Marcus didn't understand this yet. All he understood was the ache of being ignored, and the belief that if he just tried a little harder, she would finally see him the way he saw her. Now stay with me, because what happened next is the part almost nobody expects, and it's the entire reason this story still matters 2,000 years later. An old soldier, a friend of his father's, found Marcus outside that door on the 4th night, letter still in hand. He didn't scold him. He simply asked one question. "Tell me, Marcus, would Rome itself ever beg to be loved by a province that didn't want it?" Marcus said nothing. He didn't need to. The question had already landed somewhere deeper than words could reach. Rome never sent letters begging provinces to join it. Rome built something so strong, so undeniable, that provinces came asking to be part of it. That was the entire secret. Rome was never chosen because it chased. Rome was chosen because it never needed to. Think about the last person you chased, really chased. The extra effort, the over-explaining, the desperate hope that one more gesture would finally be the one that mattered. In that chase, you weren't showing love. You were quietly announcing that your peace depended entirely on someone else's approval. And the moment someone senses that, even without realizing it, they stop seeing a partner. They start seeing a need. And nobody chooses a need. They simply use it. This isn't cynicism. It's the same principle Epictetus taught about everything you value. What you chase, you devalue. What you build without needing becomes magnetic. So here's what changed for Marcus. He picked the letter up off the ground that night and burned it, not out of anger, but out of respect for himself. He didn't stop caring. He simply stopped performing his worth for someone who hadn't earned the right to witness it. Weeks later, something happened that Marcus never expected. She sought him out, not because he chased harder, but because he had finally stopped. This is the part almost nobody understands about being chosen. It rarely comes from convincing someone. It comes from becoming someone worth noticing without asking to be. You don't attract respect by lowering yourself to reach someone. You attract it by standing exactly where you are and letting them decide if they're capable of rising to meet you. So here's what I want you to try. The next time you feel that familiar pull to chase, to prove, to convince, to over-explain your worth to someone who hasn't asked, pause. Ask yourself Marcus's question. Would Rome beg to be loved by someone who hasn't chosen it yet? If the honest answer is no, then neither should you. That was the truth behind every empire that ever lasted, and every person who was ever truly chosen instead of chased. Not desperation, not pursuit, just quiet, undeniable presence. Because that's what it means to raise like Rome, to build something so complete within yourself that no one ever has to be chased into choosing it.